Yo, what is going on YouTube? Y'all have not seen me in a minute. Well, you seen me like a couple weeks ago, but anyway, I'm back, getting ready to do another episode, check the review. But this time I'm doing something different. Instead of being talking about like the usual big three anime or any of the mangas today, I'm gonna be talking about Young Justice. That's right, the superhero show made by DC that involves the younger psychic versions of the superheroes like Robin, Aqualad, Speedy, um, Kid Flash, etc. I watched every single episode of the original Young Justice, season 1. Now I'm watching season 2, where it's a 5-year time skip and everybody's older, they're more experienced, and some actually quit, some actually retired, some actually just, they're still around, but some are just, they're, temporarily. For this episode, I'm doing number 7 of the second season. As you may already know, Artemis and Kid Flash basically gave up their hero titles to go to college to better themselves as people instead of superheroes and everything. But Artemis decides, well, I'm gonna go back into the hero business for a little bit, and Kid Flash, aka Wally, is not gonna like it because, well, for one, he doesn't want to see his girlfriend in danger. For two, he doesn't feel that she should go back to being a hero after I guess crazy stuff has been happening or whatever during the 5-year time skip. We are not sure what, but something must have happened that caused him to quit. And then she does that famous hero line that all heroes say, but right before something bad happens. She's like, "What could go wrong?" Because 5 seconds later, we see Robin, aka Nightwing, now is basically giving her the Heimlich maneuver, trying to wake her because apparently she must have gotten attacked or something because she wasn't breathing, and Nightwing is like, well, she's dead. And I literally, when that happened, I was literally saying no in the chair. I was just like screaming like no, because I had grown to like Artemis because at first I didn't like her at first because when she first entered the show, she kind of was like the anonymous character. Like, she didn't really have much of a backstory. She kind of lied to everybody, saying that, oh, I'm Green Arrow's niece and blah blah blah, and Speedy, aka now Red Arrow, kind of knew that she wasn't really his niece, and just a bunch of stuff. Right before that, we still go back to what happens a few hours back. Artemis is back in the cave or whatever, and they're just talking, like, everybody's reminiscing, and we see Miss Martian and her new boy toy, Lagoon Boy. I can't stand that motherfucker. They're talking, and he I don't know why I just don't like Lagoon Boy, simply because I don't know, maybe I just felt that since Miss Martian and Superboy are broken up. Yes, Superboy is in the show as well, if you're not familiar with the show. I'm not going to go into detail about it because, I mean, if you watched on Justice, you already know what I'm talking about. I don't need to really explain to everybody who Superboy is, who Miss Martian is, and who's whoever. Because you already know. If you've seen the show, then you should know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then watch it. It's really good. Anyway, he's talking, he's calling her Angelfish. I just don't get, why does he keep calling her Angelfish? She has a name. Call her Megan. Her name is Megan. Call her Megan. She's not your Angelfish or whatever the hell you want to call her. Because, I mean, to be honest, nicknames, they should only be said a few times if they're in a relationship. If you say them too much and you just forget, no, you don't bother to call them by their real name, then what does that say about the relationship? I mean, do you just see her as your Angelfish, or do you see her as your Megan? I mean, think about it. I mean, when Superboy and Miss Martian were together, He didn't give her no real pet name. He didn't, claim her or whatever. Like, well, he did. He did claim her, like, it's my girlfriend, whatever. But they kept that thing a secret from everybody else. And he didn't really, really um, brag about it or to anybody else, or he made, somebody jealous or none of that. Because that's really what Lagoon Boy is doing. Every time I see Lagoon Boy and Miss Martian together, while Superboy's in the room, doing all the flirting, the kissing and stuff, I feel that he's doing this on purpose to make Superboy jealous, and that's not cool, in my opinion. Like, if you flaunt your relationship to everybody else, that's not cool. Most people can't help it, but if you do it literally on purpose, and we know you're doing it on purpose, then that's not cool. Maybe it's me ranting about, that anyway. Anyway, basically this mission is to stop, is to basically help, I guess these scientists. They're actually trying to launch a spaceship into the space for whatever reason. It has to do with aliens or blah 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 or whatever. And as you know, the newscast guy, I forgot his name, but he's voiced by Tim Curry. So I mean, I don't forgot his name already, but anyway, he's basically saying, "Oh, I don't like this idea because aliens suck. I hate them. We don't trust aliens, even though some of our superheroes are." And thanks to the Justice League, half the Justice League is in space somewhere trying to clear their names for what they've done in the 48 hours that they were missing and whatnot. Miss Martian took upon herself to disguise herself as her uncle to fool everybody into thinking that, Justice League is still here and everything. And Superboy had to wear Superman's outfit. And also she had Miss Martian had also had to use her levitation powers to make it seem like Superman is still up there flying and stuff like that, because Superboy does not have the ability to fly. He did, however, had it temporarily, but thanks to this this little mechanized machine or whatever, it would take like a little I guess tattoo of Superman's like sign on there, put it on his shoulder, and he could fly. I don't know what it was called or how to use it, but that was it. And apparently, what did I say about Superboy? While they're on their mission, Lagoon Boy, Artemis, Nightwing, Miss Martian, and Superboy on this mission. They're supposed to take this ship from the people who are trying to blow it up or whatever, aka Aqualad, who is now working for Black Manta, his father. And I was at first when I looked at Aqualad betraying the team, it was like a shock, but I didn't really like see what everybody else saw. They probably thinking like, oh, he's going evil, like bad, That's what I thought. But then when you keep watching it, when I had to rewatch the episode where he came back as the villain, I noticed something. The episode he came back, the Kroatans were, up to the, the troubles again, their little evil plans again, and Aquila had planted a bomb into the base or whatever, where the Kroatans were doing their little experiments and stuff. And while Superboy and Nightwing were fighting him, I noticed that he told them that the bomb will go off in such minutes, and he's basically giving them information about what the bomb does and stuff, like how long they had, till it, detonated. And I was thinking to myself, okay, if he was really a villain, he would just not even tell them that, and then they could just blow up and he would not care. I thought something was up. And so I continued watching this episode, which was, episode 7. Again, I make sure y'all caught up with what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling on here. We've come to find out that Aqualad is still on, just this team, but he's undercover. And how I know this is because while Nightwing and Artemis were trying to stop them or whatever, Aqualad had apparently killed Artemis by basically stabbing her with one of his water blades, I guess you can call them, where he can use this type of these two handles that magically transform into like weapons and stuff like that. Thanks to water powers them up and makes them change into different weapons. What else happened? Oh yeah, he stabbed and he was like, welcome back, and all evil like and stuff. And then when I watched it, I was like, no, because watching her like say that she's been killed, and then actually seeing her actually getting killed, like it made it worse in my opinion. But then after watching the end of it, I was like, oh, thank God, And then that happens, and actually, Superboy. I mean, not Superboy. What's the say? Aqualad tried to blow up the ship that was going into space, but failed miserably. And then all of a sudden, the ship actually explodes, randomly out of nowhere. And it's like, what the heck just happened? I mean, he didn't even hit it. And they leave. Oh yeah, and Lagoon Boy gets kidnapped, but I really don't care. I mean, they can keep him for all I care. And Miss Marshall tried to save him too, but she failed. So whatever. Ooh, oh no, Lagoon Boy's gone. Boo hoo. Tear. I know I'm a jerk, but I just don't like Lagoon Boy. I'm sorry. I just really don't. And everybody's like, afterwards you see like, Superboy and Miss Martian are coming to I just keep saying Aqualad. Nightwing, well, he's trying to revive Artemis, and he tells him that she's dead, and everybody's like heartbroken and sad over it, and blah blah blah. And Superboy sees Miss Martian, she's all sad and stuff like that. She wants to go to her aid, but he kind of feels hesitant because of their little argument early in the episode. Apparently, Superboy resents Miss Martian for how she uses her powers against her enemies. Because she would turn their brain to mush, and after she gets information out of them and put them into a comatose state, which angers Superboy because that kind of reminds him how he was, used as, the brainwashing thing, making people do what he wants and get information out of him and blah, blah, blah. But Beast Boy, aka Garth, goes to her because they're like brother and sister and stuff. So of course he's gonna comfort her for him. And then we cut to Nightwing. Alright, before that, Superboy is kind of like angry because for one, Nightwing isn't there. I guess grieving over the loss of their friend. And to be honest, I really do think that Superboy actually kind of blames Nightwing for what Artemis is kind of being dead, aka, well, not really dead, but that type of thing. And at the end of the episode, we see that Artemis is okay. She's not dead. Apparently, Aqualad faked it. Remember how I told you he has like water blades and stuff? Well, the water blade kind of turned to a hook when he tried to stab her and stuff. Like it made it look like he stabbed her, but it didn't. And then we see that Nightwing had put this fake blood on Artemis to make it look like she got stabbed and and stuff. And he's trying to pretend to revive her and stuff like that. I don't know whether he or Aqualad put something in her to make it seem like her heart wasn't beating and stuff. Because I think Superboy, because that's how Superboy is. He can sense heartbeats and stuff like that, because thanks to his super hearing and stuff, and thanks to him not being able to hear it, made him really think that she really is dead. So that was a really good plan, because of course that since they're superheroes and they already know about each other that well, you would think that they're not going to be able to tell whether or not she's dead or alive or whatever, but she's not. Let's say Speedy. Kid Flash was in it on it. Nightwing was in on it, and Artemis and everybody. Basically, those four are in on it. They know what happened and everything, and she has to hick up in the skies and go undersea with Aqualad to not raise suspicions about where he's been and who he's with or whatever. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Leave comments below and tell me what you guys think of the episode. Did you guys like it? Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.